This video is sponsored by Cake Wallet, the easiest open source wallet to store Bitcoin, Monero, and Litecoin securely on mobile and desktop devices. When buying, selling, and exchanging crypto or trading for gift cards, Cake Wallet ensures privacy and security, giving you the keys to your coins. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Daily Zest. I'm your host, Randi Hipper, here today on a lovely Thursday to talk about Bitcoin, crypto. Is Ethereum going to be declared a security by the one and only
huckster,
Gary Gensler? We're going to break it all down. If you're ready for the zest, you're ready for the education, make sure you smash the like, subscribe to the channel, and share the stream out with friends so more people know what's going on. Again, you guys need to check out our 3 amazing sponsors, which are Cake Wallet, Market Cipher. Links are in the live chat as well as the description. Use code ZESTY on Market Cipher for 20% off, and then you hoppity-doo over to Crypto Savings Expert using that link in the live chat in the description. You can sign up for free, and if you want to upgrade, 15% off your first month or 15% off your first year with code ZESTY. We're gonna get after it, guys. We have a goal of 150 likes, 150 live viewers, so again, let's smash these likes, subscribe, and get after it. We have, let's do a subscriber count. We have 15,846 subscribers. We have a goal of 15,855 today. So 9 more, and we're going to get there. So make sure you guys smash the like, subscribe. Let's get it. All right. So we have some people that are still flowing in here. So I'm going to say good morning to you. I hope you guys say good morning to me. But before we get the show started, pre-show, Ben Spada joined the Zesty fam. So welcome to the Zesty fam again. Glad to be new. Renewed. We also have a fake Rose coming in, and Bullduck is a member for 16 months. Shout out to you. He said it's almost the weekend. Yes, it is. Freaking yes, it is. I love the weekend, and I love my membership parade, so make sure you guys are members, and you guys are giving me a nice sheesh emoji to start off the day. Let's say good morning to everyone. Yes, shout out to you, Ben. You're awesome. Thank you for being a member of the Zesty fam. I appreciate it so very much. We have James Kellogg, Mr. Yee, Black Hat, All Set, John Germain, Steven, good morning. All Set, good morning. Oval, M2, nice to see ya. Andy S, Game Network. I know we were talking on X this morning. David Bowles, good morning. Charles Harris, my girl Alexandra. Love you. We got Nash in the chat, JBZ, good morning. We have Emma, Randy, Financial Failure, Galaxy. What's up, everyone? Joe Harvey, hello. Who else we got this morning? Oh, I think that's Greg. I'm pretty sure Bull for Life is Greg. We got Bullduck Eric, nice to see ya. Lazarus, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. We have Crimson. I killed Crimson in shrapnel yesterday. That was very fun. So shout out to Crimson. John Legend. We got John Jermaine. Dark Crash. Oh, hi, Sean. Nice to see you. It's been a minute. Where have you been? True. Nice to see you. 4J. Gary Littlemore. Yukio on X, Dave P, good morning, frickin' good morning. Misko, Tim Taylor on X, Clamar, good morning. It's been a minute since I've seen you too. Let's see. Wow, we have so many people in here. Crypto Farmer, I see. Severe Volume on X. Ice God, good morning. All right, guys, we're popping. QF Stops is in there. I see you over there. I see you. All Set said, I was awesome on Spaces yesterday. Thank you so much, All Set. I appreciate it.
Thank you. You're welcome.
You're such a ray of sunshine. Smile.
Wrong one. Thank you, Joe Harvey. I appreciate you as always. You know I appreciate you. Deep Harsh, nice to see you. Digi's in the chat now. Hi, everyone. Good morning. We have a goal of 150 likes, 150 live viewers. I see no ACLs is over there. And yeah, shout out to Doug. Shout out to Douglas. His pupper just passed away. So he was still very courageous to get on Spaces yesterday. And we were live for quite a while. And it was a really great conversation. So shout out to everyone that was in that space. It got pretty deep and low-key emotional, but I think sometimes we need to get emotional. Sometimes we need to talk about, you know, the hardships that we go through to get to where we are now. And hopefully, like I said yesterday, in the future, I'll be able to talk more about the journey of just being in this space and doing things the way we've done it. It's not easy, but wouldn't switch it for anything. I wouldn't change it for anything, and I wouldn't have gone a different route than we have. So shout out to Doug, shout out to the space, and RIP to Shadow. Yes, no ACLs. RIP to Shadow, a wonderful pupper full of love and excitement. So everyone put a heart in the chat for Douglas's pupper. Is the space recorded? I believe it is. I believe it is. Yes. Shout out to Jarrett Group. He said, love Digibyte. Yeah, me too, man. I love Digibyte. I've been talking about it for years. All right, shout out to everyone. Michael said, bamp it up. Shout out to BGT over there with the 10 roses. I appreciate it. We're going to head into the Zest. We're going to head into some news as people are still coming in. I have a few stories to get to before we get really spicy. Now, first, we have the fault of the banking system, which I like to point out every once in a while, and how horrible it is, right? Apex Eagle with the roses. We have a bank teller that sold thousands of dollars from customers, and it was the most stupid thing in the world, but it goes to show how vulnerable your money is and how you're really trusting other people to secure it for you. We have right here, in St. Louis County, a former St. Louis County bank is accused of stealing thousands from customer accounts over an 8-month period. This teller had in the statement that the theft took place between May of 2020 and January of 2021 at the Royal Banks branch in the 13100 block of Olive Boulevard. They claim that this person routinely withdrew money from customers' accounts without their knowledge or consent and either kept the money for herself or moved the funds between accounts to hide her malfeasance. Apparently, she stole only $8,000. She claims that the withdrawals were either made accidentally or with account holders' consent when questioned by bank executives. So there you go. You go into the teller, you're trusting the bank to hold your money, and you never know. They might be just taking money out of your account and moving it over to theirs. And this is something that hit the news now, even though it happened 4 years ago. So it's just kind of ridiculous. Again, the stupid things that go on in the banking system and how you have to really trust them to hold your money for you and do right by you, which all these banks are not, especially when their infrastructure technologically is garbage. And there's a lot of bank breaches recently, a lot of personal information that includes biometric data, your licenses, your social security numbers. They're getting leaked day by day by these banks, and none of it hits the mainstream media. But gosh forbid a little hackety hack happens in crypto, it would be front page on every newspaper, if people even read newspapers anymore. But it would be all over Twitter. Oh my gosh, this one got hacked for X amount and all this money was stolen. Yeah, but they'll never tell you about the banks, all the breaches that they've had in the past year that are remarkably crazy. And it's not just banks in the US, it's a lot of international banks as well. On top of the banks just not doing what they're supposed to do with your money anyway. We know TD Bank and HSBC. These are all international banks that have U.S. locations, yet what are they doing? They're getting called out in other countries because they don't have maybe the money to back up your deposits, or they're over-leveraged, or they're not reporting the correct information, and we've gone over all of these scenarios. And this is, again, why I say it over and over again, to be your own bank. This is why we're in crypto, because we need to be able to have money that belongs to us, and we don't have to trust somebody else to custody it and have to watch our account to see if money's moving without our consent. Which these banks, you get your data breach, they'll send you an email, your data got breached, it's getting leaked everywhere, probably sold on the black market, but don't worry, just check your account, and if nothing's wrong, nothing's wrong. But your data's still out there. Great. It's so ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I love my coffee. I drank a lot of coffee this morning. I feel buzzed. I drank so much coffee this morning. I love my coffee though. It's like, especially in the mug I have, it stays warm and it just like feels good, man. It feels good on the throat. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm feeling zesty. I'm popping this morning. And I'm just ready to keep getting after the news. Right, Javier over there? I see Travel Man. What do I think of XRP? I could give you the chartery later. But again, I'm not a fan of them. I don't support Ripple and their mission to basically just kill your freedom with private ledgers and CBDCs. Speaking of people that really want to enclose on your life, we have BlackRock. And apparently they have this new digital asset fund that's focusing on tokenization, real world asset tokenization, RWAs, which is basically a bougie word for NFTs for institutions. And they want to make sure that with this, BlackRock has this overall idea that they're going to tokenize the world, which we already know tokenization is happening actively. However, the way BlackRock wants to do it is have these private ledgers, like we talk about, enterprise blockchains, where they're permissioned blockchains. And the people that can control it are the banks, the people that run those blockchains. And on top of that, if law enforcement wants to get involved because they don't like you and maybe they don't like that you said something, then they will come in and blacklist you on all platforms. And that is absolutely dangerous because, again, you want permissionless, censorship-resistant, peer-to-peer payments. Obviously, BlackRock, they claim, yay, Bitcoin, yay, crypto, but it's only when it comes to their advantage. Apparently, there was $100 million of USDC that was seeded to this new tokenization race, the new fund. Now, with this fund, it's going to be partnered with Securitize. So apparently, this $100 million in USDC was connected to an address with Securitize. And they obviously confirmed that this is going to be what they're focusing on now with the new fund. On top of the Ethereum ETF that they're working on as well. And we'll get into Ethereum in a little bit with Gary Gensler trying to crack down on that actively. The BlackRock USD Institutional Digital Liquidity Fund is represented by the blockchain-based BIDL token, which is backed by cash, U.S. Treasury bills, and repurchase agreements. It will provide yield paid out via blockchain rails every day to token holders. Securitize will act as a transfer agent and tokenization platform, while BNY Mellon is the custodian of the fund's assets, BlackRock said. Anchorage Digital, NA, BitGo, Coinbase, and Fireblocks also participate in the fund's ecosystem. BlackRock also made a strategic investment in Securitize, the press release added, but the terms were not disclosed. Of course, dude, of course BlackRock is going to invest in the people that are partnering with them for this fund because they want control over absolutely everything. BlackRock's head of digital assets, Robert, said, "This is the latest progression of our digital asset strategy. We're focused on developing solutions in the digital asset space that help solve real problems for our clients, and we're excited to work with Securitize." They had the regulatory filing revealing that BlackRock incorporated a fund with Securitize, and also they have tokenization with Citibank, Franklin Templeton, and JP Morgan. This has already had it play out with tokenization with JP Morgan, BlackRock, and Barclays. That was some experimental stuff, and obviously it worked, and they're going to continue doing this. As Larry Fink, the BlackRock CEO, said that the Bitcoin ETF itself was a stepping stone towards tokenization. Coinbase Institutional tweeted, "We are excited to announce that Coinbase has been chosen as a key infrastructure provider for BlackRock and Securitize token investment funds." They say it reflects their commitment to connecting institutions to crypto and demonstrates their ability to provide the necessary tech and products to support the rapidly growing tokenization sector. Yikes, man. So BlackRock, they're fully stepping in, and they're not scared to do that. It goes along with the theater of BlackRock stepping in, and obviously a lot of pushback by Gary Gensler, the SEC, on Ethereum, period, which we will get into in a little bit. But staying on Coinbase, Coinbase is doing something really interesting, and it kind of makes me a little bit frustrated that Coinbase, teaming up with BlackRock, has bullish news that we'll talk about in a moment.
You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome.
$5 from Armani Jones. "Sorry I've been absent, but I'm back and ready to support the crypto culture. Yar."
That's beautiful. Yar to you, Armani. Thank you. Welcome back. We at Coinbase, there was a status update yesterday, and right when the FOMC started, Chirpal was on screen, there was a little bit of an issue. Elevated network congestion. Due to network congestion on the Base network, transactions on Coinbase Wallet and Coinbase.com may experience intermittent failures. If your transaction is not confirmed by the network, please wait or submit your transaction again on Coinbase.com. We advise that Coinbase wallet customers wait for congestion to resolve before submitting transactions on the Base network. So it seems as though Base is having issues, and Base was having issues for quite a little bit. And I don't know. They promised free, fast transactions on Base. Brian Armstrong was posting that if you go to this crypto coffee place, you'll get those free, fast transactions with Base and USDC on Base. However, it seems as though if you went to go buy your coffee yesterday, it was not reliable, which is why I talk about reliable networks over and over and over again. Just like we talk about Litecoin, we talk about Digibyte, and a lot of other blockchains that have been some of the longest running blockchains and flawless with scaling, transactions, fees, fast, all of those good things that's essential for sound money. Coinbase seems to agree with some regulatory clarity that I've been talking about, which is the fact that things like Litecoin are literally Bitcoin. Same code, proof of work, no pre-sale, no pre-mine. Exact same code, just with a few adjustments. Same thing for Dogecoin. Like I said, same regulatory clarity that let's say that again. The same regulatory clarity that applies to Bitcoin should apply to Litecoin and Dogecoin because, again, they're just like Bitcoin. Coinbase is launching futures trading for Doge, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash. This is going to happen on April 1st, and it's not a joke, my friends. We see here that Doge started off as a joke, which is ironic, it's being that the futures is going to come out on April 1st, too. But we have here on March 7th, through 3 separate letters to the CFTC, Coinbase announced its intention to launch monthly cash-settled futures contracts for Doge, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash. These communications directed to CFTC Secretary Christopher Kirkpatrick detailed the proposed contract sizes, settlement methods, and structure. Coinbase highlighted in these letters it's leveraging self-certification route under CFTC Regulation 40.2a to list these future contracts. These basically allow them to do this without the CFTC's approval and that they're following all the rules, blah, blah, blah. We see here that James Cipher even posted on X that this is interesting and wonders if the SEC objects to these being classified as commodities futures versus securities futures, given their origins from Bitcoin. Arguing these as securities would be very challenging, especially after the Bitcoin ETF approval. It's very smart. And I even said it. We had James Cipher on the show too. And I said to him, Litecoin, man, there's going to be other altcoin ETFs and futures like this because we already freaking know that the clarity is the same as Bitcoin. The exact same. So if you are bullish on Bitcoin, there's no really reason to not be bullish on Doge and Litecoin for the sake of the regulatory clarity, if that's what you're concerned about. And it's coming at a rapid pace. Everyone's gonna see. Everyone complains, oh, Doge isn't doing anything. Yeah, they are. Litecoin, what's happening with Litecoin? The price doesn't move. Sure, the price is not the best performer. However, it's the longest running blockchain with no downtime, and the regulatory clarity is there. They cannot say that any of these tokens are securities because then they would have to say the same about Bitcoin, which we already knew was an issue for Gary Gensler in the past, telling us if Bitcoin was a security or not, especially where we can look back at this video right here.
Your view on Bitcoin, you've made comments on this. You believe Bitcoin is not a security. Is that true?
Well, I think the staff of the SEC have also, and the prior chair.
I'm just asking you this question, and this is not a gotcha. I thought this was going to be an easy softball into harder questions. Do you think Bitcoin is a security?
No, I think I've said this in the past that I think that it doesn't
I'm asking you to
Howey
answer
test.
my question now. This is not supposed to be hard.
I know. I said it
Just
does
answer-
not meet the Howey test, which is the
Okay.
law of the land about being an
So
investment
it doesn't meet the
contract or
Howey test.
security.
So therefore, it's a commodity. Is that fair?
I would say it's not a security, and then the test is otherwise for other
Okay.
laws.
Your view on
So even then, our boy Gary Gensler did not even want to say if it was a security or a commodity, because that was during the whole heat of the moment. Oh my gosh, are Bitcoin ETFs going to come out? Are they going to approve the ETFs? It doesn't make sense. And like we were talking about before, he's not going to say that he's a fan of one coin or another, because obviously it doesn't fit their narrative, especially when they're trying to push everything until they have to let it go. It's very upsetting. It's actually very upsetting. I thought it would honestly be better. I thought that Gary Gensler would ease up by now, get his panties out of a bunch, but obviously that's not the way he works, especially when he's waging war against Ethereum. And it's getting to a point where it's actually a little bit obnoxious what's going on with the SEC, Gary Gensler, and he kind of hinted, this is kind of stemming from last week, where Gary Gensler was reiterating that proof-of-stake crypto tokens may be securities. They said proof-of-stake describes the process that's used for Ethereum, which coin holders can earn financial rewards by allowing some of their tokens to be used in ordering transactions. Quote, Gensler, I would suggest that each of these token operators, obviously consulting with the appropriate talent, seek to come into compliance. And he wouldn't say specifically what coins or tokens he was talking about with that regulatory scrutiny, or if it's a security or not. And it seems as though it's coming to light now that obviously he wants to come after ETH, since everyone wants the ETF. The SEC subpoenaed firms that dealt with the Ethereum Foundation, according to Fortune here. And within this article, it's really annoying that they really want to come after Ethereum for no reason. He's waging an energetic legal campaign to classify ETH as a security, and this involves demanding companies furnish any documents and financial reports that they may have regarding their dealings with the Ethereum Foundation, a nonprofit group that oversees the government and development of Ethereum. We also had where is it? Bill Hinman somewhere in here, that there were other people in the past that even were a part of the SEC that said there were no reason to regulate Ethereum in the first place. Here we go. Eleanor Terrett said, if Fortune's reporting is correct that the SEC is indeed on a campaign to classify ETH as a security, besides scrutinizing its proof-of-stake model, the regulator also may be looking into their ICO, which the SEC itself put aside when it said ETH was not a security in June of 2018. This was the release of the Hinman emails, which the SEC met with Vitalik in 2018 to discuss the role of the ETH Foundation. After that meeting, the head of the SEC's Department of Corporation Finance, Bill Hinman, would go on to declare that Bitcoin and ETH outside of the agency's regulatory purview, a position it apparently maintained until recently. Also, Letitia James came after KuCoin, made them pay over, I believe, $20 million in fines just because they claim that Ethereum is a security, which it still is not clear if it is or if it isn't. So to be able to shut down operations for a business on rules that don't even exist is absolutely tyrannical, and they should be paid back just like debt boxes, or would be. Now, they're saying that the people that brought this forward, the people asked Fortune to not identify them when they brought this information forward because they feared retaliation by Gary Gensler, who one described as, quote, vindictive. They said the SEC does not comment on the existence or non-existence of a possible investigation. How horrible is that? How horrible is that? That they literally have no regulatory clarity. In the past, the SEC in 2018 said, bro, don't worry. And now they're coming after ETH again, the Ethereum Foundation, for something that is not even relevant at this point. Yes, they went from proof of work to proof of stake, but that was years ago at this point. Or not really years ago, but it was a while ago. And they didn't say anything while the merge happened. So why? And it also comes to the fact that even Prometheum, which we were talking about, a new crypto firm, they want to classify ETH as a security because under their new platform, they want to list digital asset securities. And who makes up Prometheum? all of these TradFi bros. So I told you guys this was the plan when the news first came out about Prometheum, that they wanted to make ETH the security leading up to the ETF because these TradFi bros want to try to get their cut. And Gary Gensler obviously is going to keep pushing back against ETH because they don't want people to have other ways to make money. They don't want Ethereum to be prominent in the United States because they know that if they bring out the ETH ETF, a lot of other people are going to continue to want to buy the underlying asset of Ethereum, and thus, obviously, the supply will go down, the ETFs will buy them, and the price will eventually go up, which they do not want in the slightest. But ETH has been kind of defying Gary Gensler, actually closing the day in the green yesterday with a nice little move. According to the chart, we had a nice 11% day following the FUD about ETH being a security. And obviously, ETH does not care. And the ETH Foundation might, as they had to change their website because of the investigation by a state authority, which they're not really saying who it is, but we know who it is. Changes to the ETH Foundation website removed indications that the foundation is not under confidential investigation. No explanation was given for the change.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Oh, shoot.
You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome.
I believe $73.7 thousand marked the peak for Bitcoin. What are your thoughts? 0.00584738 LTC.
I'll go back to that when we're doing the chartery. I got you. Quote, the bottom of the, obviously, hold on, let's start over. So we had the Ethereum Foundation website that removed indications about the foundation that is not under confidential investigation. They said the Ethereum Foundation has never been contacted by an agency anywhere in the world, ... But now it seems that this commit removes a section of the footer as we have received a voluntary inquiry from a state authority that included a requirement for confidentiality. Ethereum Foundation did not respond to an inquiry from Cointelegraph about the changes. However, they have on their website, we are not under investigation, we're all good, and it seems as though they are not all good, and now they are under investigation by some sort of state authority, which they're not really telling you who it is, but we know who it is. Gary Gensler, it's weird that they talk about 2018, when in 2018, Gary Gensler was talking a lot of smack about crypto and ETH, saying quite positive things, and it's weird that all of a sudden things turn around.
3/4 of the market are not ICOs or not what would be called securities, even in the US, Canada, and Taiwan, the 3 jurisdictions that follow something similar to the Howey test that we've talked about. 3/4 of the market is non-securities. It's just a commodity, a cash crypto. So you'll hear debates about initial coin offerings and what's a security and what's not a security. Relevant and important debate. But for 3/4 of the market, it's not particularly relevant as a legal matter.
It's not relevant as a legal matter. That was 2018 at MIT, and then there was another clip from 2018 at a Bloomberg conference.
70% of the crypto market is Bitcoin, Ether, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash. Why did I name those 4? They're not securities. 70.
Why did I name these 4? Because they're not securities. And I think Coinbase would even agree because, again, they're putting out the futures on Litecoin now, Bitcoin Cash, and Dogecoin, which falls over that same umbrella of being a commodity and not a security. So Gary Gensler just getting burned on every single angle. And it's weird, again, that he put in 2018, said in 2018 multiple times, all good crypto, yay crypto. And now all of a sudden he wants to come and try to make ETH a security over proof of stake. When the merge happened, we didn't hear a freaking word. But ironically, now we have the ETH ETF in the works. All of a sudden there's FUD. This is what I call theater. Because if BlackRock has their hand, and they're having this digital asset tokenization fund with Securitize that obviously they're using USDC via ETH. They would have came after BlackRock. BlackRock has their ETH ETF that they want to put in there. A lot of other people are filing for these ETFs as well for Ethereum. They can't say no. They're going to have to approve it. And if they don't, there's going to be major backlash here. Of course, this might go to court like everything else, where the courts have to make the decision, and then Gary Gensler has to make regulations based on the court when his job is to be a regulator. We're supposed to have people that know what they're doing in this country and represent the same thoughts they had before taking office when they take office. Gary Gensler is a complete hypocrite, and it goes to show that he's a
hucksters, fraudsters, scam artists, Ponzi schemes.
Give me those Gary Gensler emojis. Give me those Gary emojis. Gary emojis. Smash these likes. Share the stream out with friends. Guys, make sure you guys are smashing these likes. Pretty please. Pretty please. We have a goal of 15,855 subscribers today. So again, make sure you guys are subscribing if you haven't yet. Gary Gensler takes backlash after backlash, especially when we had Debtbox in that whole case there, where Gary Gensler was just arbitrary, capricious. All of the words that we've used to describe him before, it still stands.
You know, not only has the SEC lost in the court of public opinion, even on a bipartisan base here on Capitol Hill, but the agency is now getting trampled by the federal courts as well, especially as it relates to digital assets. In July 2023, a New York judge determined that Ripple Labs did not violate federal securities law by selling its XRP token on public exchanges. In fact, in that case, they were referred to as being arbitrary and capricious. Last August, the court rejected the SEC's reasoning for blocking Grayscale's Bitcoin trust from converting to an exchange-traded fund. And just in the last few days, a Utah judge imposed sanctions on the SEC for, quote, bad faith conduct and, open quote, gross abuse of power, close quote, that the commission had demonstrated in a case against Dropbox. And this is important because we haven't talked about this in a long time in this committee. And as a result of that gross abuse of power, the commission is required to pay the legal fees, which means that our constituent tax dollars are now being used to pay for the SEC's overreach and failure. So whether it's refusing to comply with the Administrative Procedures Act or not, or providing clear rules of the road for the digital asset ecosystem, it's clear that the SEC under Gary Gensler blatantly and repeatedly oversteps its statutory authority. You know,
And exactly where Bill Hinman back in 2018 said we didn't even have to regulate. The SEC didn't even have to regulate Ethereum and all of these things. And now all of a sudden they're cracking down for no reason. He said Dropbox, he meant Debtbox, but again, Gary Gensler, the SEC, came after a business, and now they have to pay the business back for all those legal fees. But we brought up Qcoin. We talked about so many other things: Qcoin, Coinbase, Kraken, all being come after for no reason by the SEC. Why doesn't the SEC pay their legal fees as well, and all the fines that they had to pay? What about Library? That case was the prime example of overreach, just because the Library token was associated with the platform that was like a free speech YouTube. So they wanted to take it out and wipe the business clean. It again directly affects our economy as well. Is Gary Gensler paying for the salaries of all the people at Debtbox? Are they paying for all the people at Binance US that they had to fire to keep their business going, Binance US? Qcoin, Library, are they compensating anybody's livelihoods that they took away by coming after them with these cases that is, like I said, a gross abuse of power? It's horrible. It's disgusting. And I really believe one day that none of this will even be an issue. But the reason why it is now is because the dollar is deteriorating. A global move for de-dollarization. People don't want to use the dollar anymore. And we have the threat of other countries creating CBDCs and working with each other against the United States. When if the United States would just step up and embrace Bitcoin, embrace crypto, and say, we're going to be able to let this run, let people mine, let exchanges go, let people create wallets, have the right to mine, have the right to self-custody, we will be, again, the top country in the world. But we give that power up. There's examples of people that take advantage of that power. like Nayib Bukele in El Salvador, buying Bitcoin through the highs, the lows, getting through the FUD of them saying that they'll default on their debts, when now El Salvador is one of the safest and best countries to live in right now, where the United States is deteriorating every single day. I live in New York. I see the deterioration of this country. It's rapid and it's horrifying. The banks will fail, especially when they're highly invested in real estate, like New York real estate. That's going to be worth absolutely nothing with the people that are invading the space here. They may make us pay taxes, but all they do is print more money. And it doesn't make sense. The math doesn't math. The whole system makes no sense. And the cracks are cracking, and it's all going to completely explode and crumble before our eyes. Be aware, Gary Gensler will take more L's, but this is a part of the FUD leading up to the Ethereum ETF. They want you to think ETH will not make it. They want you to think that they're going to just keep pushing Ethereum away when they have high status people like BlackRock involved. And when there are people like that involved, they will not lose. They will not lose. And it gets worse because we went from talking about the SEC just now, and now we have to talk about the Fed. We have to talk about Jerome Powell, because Jerome Powell talks a lot of smack, and he makes it you feel as though like, I got you, bro, type stuff. I don't want any I got you, bro. I want I have you, bro. I want I know you, bro. You are safe. But it's not like that with the SEC. It's not like that with the Fed, especially when they lie to you over and over again. And it's so frustrating watching this happen. First, we have this video from literally January of last year of Jerome Powell talking about CBDCs. And all of a sudden, it seems like his opinion and the words that he uses are changing, but to distract you from what actually has gone on.
Engage the Federal Reserve as their fiscal agent. You've testified here many times before that to issue a central bank digital currency, that would have to be authorized by statute by Congress. Is that still your testimony?
That is absolutely the case as it relates to a retail CBDC. There are potential forms of a wholesale CBDC that we need to look at. It's less clear. But we've always been talking about retail CBDC, and that's something we would certainly need congressional approval for.
And what would be a parameter?
You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome.
Could you prepare cookies for Emma? You can use this to purchase the dough. 0.0234138 LTC.
I don't know if that's enough. I could make Emma cookies, but I got to get more chocolate chips. I need to get more sugar. I need to pick up some flour soon. So I need a few things to be able to make the dough. I don't purchase dough. I make from scratch. You got to know me, flabby arms.
Not a retail CBDC where you think that could be issued in some form or fashion without Congress's direct statutory authorization?
It would be, for example, it would just be something between banks, so it would look an awful lot like a bank reserve. And you might ask, well, why would we need it? And that's a really good question too.
Yeah.
But it's just something that's literally within a wholesale market.
But that speaks that you might have a blockchain between banks and the Fed using a central bank digital currency token to settle transactions institutionally inside the. So that leads me to FedNow, which is supposed to be up and running.
And then they get into FedNow and all this stuff and why payments are an instant, boopity-doo. But right here and there, Jerome Powell says that there's going to be wholesale CBDCs. That maybe not retail yet, but that's because he brought up congressional approval, which over and over again, we do not have that checks and balances that we're supposed to have in the United States. I don't understand how things happen and they say that they're not. Because Jerome Powell said that we're going to have a wholesale CBDC. Don't worry about retail yet. But he says yesterday, I haven't at all in my own mind made a decision that the U.S. needs a CBDC. Also said the Fed is a long, long way from proposing a CBDC. This is the definition of I got you, bro. We remember that last year that the Biden administration straight up freaking said that they are going to keep doing some research into CBDCs, that they might attribute some money to it. Jerome Powell says, no, got you, bro. There's no need to worry about a CBDC anytime soon. He said that if they were to adopt a CBDC, it would be done through the banking system. He said the last thing we would want the Federal Reserve would be to have individual accounts for all Americans, or any Americans for that matter. That people don't need to worry. There's nothing like that that's remotely close to happening anytime soon. And that there's no secret lab brewing a digital dollar. He said it's wrong to say that we're working on a CBDC and that we've secretly got a lab here, where we've got one and we're just going to spring it on Congress right at the moment. We don't. He said, I haven't at all in my own mind made a decision that I think this is something the U.S. should be doing. He said to the Senate that there was nowhere near making a recommendation or adopting a CBDC. I cannot, because it also gets me upset that he was on panels, Jerome Powell, with Christine Lagarde and all of these other people that were talking about CBDCs right in front of his face.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome.
What is the price to make 250 grams of chocolate chip cookies? 0.023403888 LTC.
Emma, convert that amount for me and I'll let him know. It upsets me that the BIS, all these people work together. They talk to each other. Christine Lagarde, Jerome Powell. They talk about all the CBDCs one another. Oh, yeah, this is great. Your country's doing that. Ah, that's fantastic. Jerome Powell said what we're doing, and I think what every major central bank is doing, we're trying to stay in the frontiers of what's going on in digital finance. These issues have become very front burner in the last 5 or 6 years. Oh, yeah, we're not close to making a CBDC, but last year he said we were. No, don't worry, bro. But the other central banks are wanting to be on the frontier. We should be on the frontier. So which one is it? Do we stay on the frontier or do we sit behind? Why do we constantly have to go and read between the lines, especially when we know the truth? We talk about it since this was discovered in February of 2022. Project Hamilton, phase 1. This was just phase 1. What did they talk about in this article? CBDCs, how the central bank will be the people that are the trusted transaction processors. How many transactions per second? All of that is in Project Hamilton. Was this done with congressional approval? When it was done with the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston and MIT in collaboration? Who is MIT to be infiltrating our government in terms of our financials? Why is MIT so sus and involved at all of it? Especially when Gary Gensler taught at MIT. He's MIT fam. They lied to you. Oh, yeah, we're not looking into a CBDC, Project Hamilton. San Francisco Fed, the New York Federal Reserve, we remember that was talking about CBDCs and did their 12-week pilot program. I think it was November of 2022 at this point. So they've been lying to you. Of course there's digital dollar pilot programs. The same people that are doing enterprise blockchains like BNY Mellon, Citi, MasterCard, all these stupid people. They were the same people that were a part of FedNow, the Federal Reserve of New York. All of these things are tied together. And nobody pays attention and nobody understands what's really going on. They lie. Oh, Jerome Powell says there's no CBDCs. Yes, there are. And they will just bring it to Congress when they're ready with it because they're probably already done. They know what they're going to do. They know their game plan, especially when we know Tom Emmer posted recently about how their key duties, the Fed gave them a paper and said the key duties was to create a CBDC. So how in the world is Jerome Powell saying that's not happening when that's their key duty? Tom Emmer reiterated yesterday that banks are the backbone of our free market system and keep Main Street alive, and CBDCs would only centralize that power and compromise your right to privacy. Because what it is a CCP-style surveillance tool. They want you to own nothing, Be happy, no life, liberty, and property. That gets thrown out the freaking window because they want you to be controlled. They want every single thing to be monitored. So whatever Jerome Powell said, it's theater, it's lies. He's a paid actor. And when people realize that, they'll be better off. They straight up lie to you. And you don't even have to do the basic research because I did it for you. But I obviously encourage you to do your own research. Fact check me. Look deeper into what I've been preaching for 2 years now.
Hucksters, fraudsters, scam artists, Ponzi schemes.
It's disgusting.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome.
Randy, I just consulted my music teacher, and she mentioned that you possess a commendable vocal range for singing. 0.017553838 LTC.
Thank you, Mr. Dillon. Thank you. Should I become a singer? Put a yes or a no emoji in the chat. Put a yes or a no emoji. We're not the only country working on CBDCs, and especially we do it behind closed doors because they don't like to tell you the truth in this country because it tells you a lot about the state of our country that they don't like to publicize things that they're doing. They're secretive, they're liars, they're very manipulative. But the Swedish central bank is examining some offline CBDC payment challenges. The Riksbank, Sweden's central bank, has released its final report on the digital krona pilot project. Looks like at the experience of the end users and focusing on the offline functionality. Apparently, there were mixed results. In that model, offline transaction information was held on mobile phones, but they want to make sure you could consider a shadow wallet in the online system and a payment card. Both elements were already foreseen in the system design. They say user-to-user payments require many steps to be considered secure, which compromises user-friendliness. The opportunity to reduce the number of steps is considered small in this design. There you go, and there you have it. Obviously, they want to make sure they have offline and online payments, and within this article, they talk about offline using your beautiful tap and pay technology, NFC, near-field communication, where the same technology you use for tap and pay, boopity-doo, they want to make sure that's always connected and it's connected to your SIM card that sounds a lot like another country.
China.
China is all over this. They're the ones who started this, and Sweden is just continuing. They even said user-to-user payments is not something they want because peer-to-peer anything means that it doesn't go through 20,000 intermediaries and that they can't check it constantly through 3,000 people before it gets to you and censor it. That's what they want. They don't want you to have any direct communication with anybody because it goes against their ethos of controlling every single thing you do. They also talk about within this article how there will already be restrictions programmed on your CBDC card.
A potato.
And those restrictions is setting limits on the size and the number of offline transactions that it would enable. That would mean that new cards would have to be issued when restrictions change. Already they're going to have restrictions on you. It's absolutely horrifying when we read about the same thing in the euro area. With the digital euro, the digital pound, they're already saying that they want to limit the amount of money you're going to be able to have and transfer, especially the amount, where if you transact over a certain amount and you don't report it or it doesn't go through them, you might get thrown in jail just because they didn't see what you did. This is the horrible truth about CBDCs, is that they don't want you to own anything. They want you to own nothing, be happy, when that's not the reality. They're going to set limits on you. Your money will become the definition of magic internet money when it expires. It will become a coupon. You will have these private ledgers where each bank will have the ability to be connected to one another at that point. And if they don't like you, they don't like what you're doing, they will be able to block you from every bank and payment processor so that way you cannot transact or buy anything. You will be completely censored. No peer-to-peer payments, not 24/7, 365. You will have to ask permission. Stop asking permission and hedge against the future that we're reading about right now. because they're rolling this out in many countries. They're preparing for it. It's going to be a global takeover with CBDCs. That's why they hate crypto so much. Peer-to-peer payments, censorship resistant, 24/7, 365 across borders. They don't want that. They're missing the control there. And they're missing the value as they literally print every currency to... What are they doing? They're getting rich while people stay poor, and people are able to hedge against that with Bitcoin. Have that finite supply of 21 million. Having schedule every 4 years. That it's run by the people. It empowers the people, not the 1%. Freaking get out of here. Already restrictions. The thing didn't even come out yet. We're gonna go into the market recap. We need
Thank you.
subscriber
You're welcome.
count.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome.
Or at the very least, guide me in the right direction. Emma,
What are we talking about?
0.02268468 LTC.
Emma, I think this is a conversation for you. I don't know if I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what's going on there. So hello everyone, welcome to the show. Yes, we do need some chartery JBZ. That's where I'm getting to right now. Again, make sure you guys are smashing the like, subscribing. Let's get it.
Why don't you like and subscribe and share this video?
So let's get that market recap. We got the beautiful sea of green. Some red bubbles too. I see them bloom like Floki too. And I think to Ondo, what a wonderful corn. We got $67,000 Bitcoin this morning. Beautiful looking schmexy. She's up not even up right now. Down 1.18%. I got excited. Listen, guys, I am ready for Bitcoin. I'm ready for her zest. She had a beautiful day yesterday, 9%, absolutely roaring. And most of this happened towards the end of the day as the daily candle close was approaching. And she just started pimping it up. I absolutely loved it. I was playing my games online and I was having the chart on one screen, my games on another. Chartery and gamery is probably the best combo ever. Looking here, though, we're still battling these all-time highs from 2021, which was just a smidge over 69K, but we had this resistance at 67.6 because, again, looking back in the timeline, 67.6 was the highest daily candle close of 2021, which we obviously rejected after we hit those all-time highs. And following up here, where first we went through that 67.6, 67.7, blew past that 69K, and we're kind of chilling at the 68 to 70 range. And now we're kind of retracing. Yesterday we had a low kind of open there at 61.9. A low of 60.8. We were almost going to hit our 59.9, 60K resistance, entering that golden zone, but we didn't quite get there. It was defended, which is great. Went right past the 67.3, and now we're hovering at the 67.6, 67.7. And again, like battling that 67K right now. Like I can't believe what's going on right now. It's okay that it's holding here though. I'm actually really happy at where it's at, that it really didn't go lower, and it's been recovering quite nice. The VWAP is going up, but it's not too confident. It's kind of curvy, and I want straight confidence. We need confidence in this world. The momentum is sideways after that red dot just absolutely wrecked us. We do have the RSI that's trying to bounce back here, broke through that neutral zone, and is still aiming bearish, but it's technically bullish. So again, 67.6 is where it's at. Neutrally, we like to close there. Bearish, keep an eye out for that 63.7, and bullish 69K. 69. Do you guys think we're going to continue? Are we going to close today in the green? Put a 1 or a yes emoji if you think we're going to close in the green. And if you think we're going to close in the red, put a no emoji. We need everyone to have these beautiful emojis in this chat. We need membershippery. Membershippery. Let's talk about Ethereum. Ethereum is killing the game. Is in the green while Bitcoin's in the red. And we've been seeing a little bit of independence from Ethereum, which has been quite nice to see, especially how she's defying the FUD. $3,533 ETH, exactly where our kind of little tiff area is. And we're about, like I said, 0.5% in the green, trying to hang on with this momentum. We have a slight push and with slight confidence here with that VWAP, so I would like to see that bridge the zero line. Like I have my drawing here, the slip and slide guy right here with that momentum just after that red dot. However, seems like her head is being held up by the RSI trying to turn around and broke through that neutral quite nicely, but still kind of in neutral zone, aiming bullish. We'll see if she carries on. It was quite the cool off after the RSI was very overbought. So I would continue neutrally, closing at 35.40, 35.50, and push for that 39.40 again. I would like that, 39.50. And that's where the golden zone begins. So I would be aware of the golden zone for Ethereum. It's coming quick. It's coming quick. And again, if we could get through 39.50, conquer 4,000 with confidence, and then get through this 41, what is this? Almost 4,200, 41.80, I'd say. That could boost you to those highs. So I'm hoping that's what happens. But again, we don't have a crystal ball. We don't know if we're going to sideways trade or if Bitcoin and Ether are just going to rip. Because again, she's defying the odds at all angles. And speaking of defying the odds, people sleep on certain things, and I hope it's not Litecoin as we have the futures coming out from Coinbase, same regulatory clarity and how it's hands down the best technology in crypto freaking currency. $84 buys you a ticket to Litecoin Summit, and I sure freaking hope you're going to make it down there July 24th to the 25th in Nashville, Tennessee. Like I said, $84 buys you a ticket, and that's literally basically the price of one Litecoin this morning, where Litecoin is sitting at $85.71, up 1.23%. A lot of the time where Bitcoin is in the red, Litecoin's in the green, and vice versa. So it's a very interesting relationship there. We have that VWAP that's pushing up with confidence. I enjoy that. However, the red dot pulling that momentum down, I would like to see a little bit of curvature on the momentum. Give us like, you know, a little wave, some trigger waves and stuff like that. I would like to see more zest there. RSI trying to climb back is just hovering over this neutral line. I would like to see a nice push to the upside. Obviously, that's what we all want. We're at that $85 neutrally. Let's close there. Bearishly look at that 75 and bullish look at that 91. 91 is a major resistance, and you could tell that by my amazing drawing right there. The artistry is definitely here. If you guys have some coin requests, you could throw it in the chat, and I will be able to pick it up for you and maybe get some zesty chartery done for you. Dogecoin today, 15.5 cents. She is popping off. You've got to pamp it up. Woo! 15.5 cents, up almost 2.5%. Green dot freshly printed. That is so beautiful. We have the momentum starting to switch. VWAP confidently breaching that zero line. Let's see how far she goes. Money flow, beautiful. RSI, man. The RS freaking I. Hold on. There we go. The RSI breaching neutral and facing bullish. So I want to see if that keeps going, especially the red dot, the VWAP looking beautiful. Again, for just over 14 cents, watch out for. And then bullishly, I'm looking at that 19 cents again, guys. I'm looking at that 19 cents again. And then we'll talk about the 20-cent range after that. But this is what I want. This is what I need in my life. It's what I need. Oh, there was a question before on the super chat. Hold on, let me get that. Where is it? I believe 73.7 marked the peak for Bitcoin. What are my thoughts? So again, I don't do price predictions or any of the financial stuff, but 73.7 again, price discovery. You don't know like what's going to happen. 73.7 was glorious. Could we sideways trade up until the halving? That's possible, but we're so close to these highs that Bitcoin could really just pop off and rip, or just sideways trade, because we've seen the same few dollars be ranged for months here too. All of that. So we've seen times where Bitcoin just basically stayed the same price for months. However, we do have, let's get the Bitcoin halving. I think it's 30 days away now. Bitcoin halving countdown. There we go. 36 days. So we're very close to that halving. we're catching up. We're catching up. So yeah, I think with the halving coming up and all the speculation leading up to it, anything could happen there. Chartery goes good with coffee. Freaking got that right. All right. So let's get. I just did Doge. So let's do Link and Avalanche. So Linky, let's do Link. Shout out to Flopping Groper in the chat, aka Nick. Love Nick. He's awesome. Shout out to you. Let's see. We got $18.66 Link, up 1.23%. Levels remain the same. We do have a nice green dot printed here. Very nice. Momentum might start to switch around. VWAP is going. So if the VWAP keeps going, I'd have some hope there. And we have the RSIs that are far apart, but kind of spicy in that fact. Hold on. TikTok's trying to take me out. 1 second. There we go. Are you okay, TikTok? Oh, hello, Clam. Nice to see ya. Listen, we kind of got through this $16.17 resistance, bounced off of it, and now we're making our way to 1958. So that's what I'd watch out for, especially if the VWAP keeps going. If we have an overall pump in the market, that's what I would look for. Shout out to Pat. How many subscribers we got now? Oh, yay! 15,849. Let's get that 855. We're so close, guys. Pamp it up. All right, and then Avalanche right under that. Oh, wrong button. Avalanche. We're still trying to tackle that $57. Kind of rejected it this morning as the VWAP is really not making moves. Money flow is flat. Everything seems relatively flat. Even after that red dot, kind of flat momentum. Didn't do much damage. RSI is choppy, aiming bearish, even though it is technically bullish. So I would look at that $57, but if things keep going sideways, look at that 48. And then bullishly, $70. Yeah. Hold on. Let's see. Link I did, Avalanche, Cardanzo. Okay. So Cardanzo right now, hovering around that 63.25 cents, down 1% today. Red dot that wrecked that momentum. Flushity do there. We do have the VWAP that's trying to go up, though. It looks pretty confident, so I would look to see if that edges towards that zero line. RSI was bearish, still bearish, aiming bearish, but trying to be bullish. I feel her being like, please, I just want to pamp it up. So what I would do is I would look at 64 cents to neutrally close, bearishly look at that 45, bullishly look at that 77 cents that was rejected, and even more so that 90. But yeah, it just seems like things are sideways right now. So it seems like we're hovering, but this is a pretty important point too. You don't want this to flip from support to resistance, but it seems like it's already kind of in that situation. Bring back Vine. I would love to bring back Prime. Alexandra G said levels respected. Absolutely. Freaking yeah. Taris, chain making big moves with CCIP. That's true. T-Bone, nice to see you. Pat Harley said SHIB. Sure, let's SHIB it out. How many likes do we have as we are doing that? Someone give me a like check. Like check. Baby, it's a like check. Baby, it's a like check. I'm gonna check this sweet mic. Why don't you check yourself? We got SHIB, bunch of zeros, 27.42, down 1%. Red dot wrecking. Whoa. That momentum. We have the VWAP that is pushing upwards, though. The RSI is just lagging for me a little bit. It did nicely pop off that neutral, but still aiming bearish. So I would look to see if the RSI turns around, but we had such a major move here. It seems like this level right here is being defended right there. The 24.80. So I would look at that and then bullishly look at that 30.84. Sheep to zero. Oh my gosh, that would be bad. Keith, Demo, sure, let's see. I think I have a chart for that. Bacon, Eggs, and Hash said this stream is turning into my main morning show. It better be your main morning show. Grr. I'm just kidding. You know I'm just kidding. Bacon, Eggs, and Hash. We need to all have a breakfast together. I feel like it would be nice to have a little zesty family breakfast. You know what I mean? But we do have our little demos out here. 45 cents. 2.85 in the green. Got that green dot freshly printed, which is good. The money flow is struggling, though, so I would like to see in the direction this goes. It's slightly green now, but not confident. VWAP looks pretty confident, though. RSI kind of booming right now, where it was still bearish, but looking to break that neutral zone. So what I tell you now is to look to neutrally close at 42 cents, support her, defend her, as it seems like we have done today, and look up towards that 58 cents. That's what I'd be looking at. And again, that's pretty much all-time highs there, according to Coinbase Chartery. So if there's another all-time high, then let me know. But for now, this seems like it's the case. But yeah. Oh, poop. Where's my stuff? Oh, why don't you like, subscribe, share this video? So Planet, oh, you want me to do Stockery? This is crazy. Hold on, PLNT. I go to Planet Fitness, so I don't know, like, sheesh. Hold on. Sound check. Baby, it's a sound check. I'm gonna check this sweet stock. Why don't you check yours too? All right, give me a moment while I check out the Chartery. All right. So we do some stocks sometimes on the channel because that's what people want. And Noji is like a loyal member of the channel. So of course I'm going to support him in his stockery endeavors. Okay, there we go. So we got Planet, $58.72, 3% in the green. Green dot freshly printed, which is nice, though the money flow is not math in the math. VWAP is pushing through, which is nice. The RSI was complete oversold. Seems like she's cooling off, though, because that typically indicates an uptrend. Seems like support was found at $53. We went and found support again at 64, but rejected at 75, which was a major resistance in the past. A lot of sideways action there. So we then depleted at 63 and crashed a little bit. So as long as we defend this 53, I would bullishly, again, look at 64. But that's really what I got, because the defense here has been really strong in the past, and when you have defended $53, it brought you some nice stuff at the end. But yeah, Planet's definitely taken the hit. Taken the hit. However you want to interpret that one. Baby, it's a potato. I'm gonna check this Spud. Oh my god, I love watching Spud Brothers on TikTok, man. Shout out to Spud Brothers on TikTok. I think they're so freaking, I don't know. I love watching the Spud Brothers. It's just like them opening a potato. They squish it a little bit, put some butter, beans and cheese. Though I would not eat that. I'm not a bean gal. But to see it made, satisfying. Satisfying. They're so nice. No, I look at the chat. I can't look at Noah's comments. It's hard for me to look at his comments because he just makes me laugh so much. Oh my gosh. One of the highlights of the chat, definitely. Oh my gosh. Andy S, it is his morning show with his espresso. Get that espresso. You guys are so freaking fun. I love this show so much. Mr. Bowen, hello, nice to see you. I did that avalanche, so I think I got yours too. Jacob Montgomery, nice to see ya. Ben Spada, shout out to you again for becoming a member of the Zesty fam. Dream Tanks, nice to see you. Eric J, Hero, Michael Kent, nice to see you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If I haven't said hi to you, make sure you say hi to me so I could like say hi to you. Jay Beasley, MDT, sure, let's do this. Let's see. MDT, is this a stock or is this a crypto? Because I see one that's a stock and a cryptocurrency. I'm gonna assume it's a crypto. But yeah, let's see. Why don't you check yours too? Cause we're going to the gym, eh? It's gonna be a real good time. We're going to the gym, eh? This is not financial advice. All right, let's see. Okay, so what I could do off of this basic chartery is just give you these 3 levels for right now. We have the VWAP that's moving up. We're at 10 cents now, 0.71% in the green. VWAP is moving up, but that red dot obviously killed that momentum. And the RSI, she's trying to break through neutral. So if she breaks through neutral, goes bullish, the VWAP keeps moving, we might have some hopes here. I would look at this 9.5 cents. Again, just major tiffs here in the past, fighting for support, losing support, going and breaking through the 7 cents and going to like 5.5. So yeah, I would look at neutrally, staying above 9.5 cents, bullishly trying to test that 12 again, based off that wick high that we rejected. Also sideways trading here in the past where we lost that support, we were defending it with wicks. After we lost it at 12 cents, bam, right to 9.5, bam, right to 8. So that's what I'm looking at there with MDT. Yay! Hi, James, over there. Woohoo, incognito. All right. I'm fast, LOL. I try, man. I try. Keith said she was a guest at Digital Asset News YouTube show. She's good. Then I saw her on Big Money News. Oh, with Fox. Yep. Thank you, Keith. I appreciate it. Shout out to Rob from Digital Asset News. That guy's like a real one, and I appreciate him. There's not a lot of people that I can have like a lot of like honest conversations with, because this space is like a minefield. But I feel like me and Rob, like, we're able to like have like really good conversations and just be like really honest with one another, which I appreciate. Like, I appreciate honesty. So Rob is a good dude. Like 100% back that guy, especially with what he's doing with Flappy Bird. Like, he's so freaking smart. Can't believe how many YouTube news are a thing. Listen, man, there's not a lot. Like, we think because we're in the space that there's a lot of people making content. There's really not. There's like really a handful of people, and the consistency too. Like, there's not a lot of people that are consistent that do news every day without like losing their mind. So yeah, like, it's hard. So I do commend anyone that does do any sort of YouTube content. Because it's hard. It's not easy, especially going through the ups, the downs of the market, the minefield that is the space. Like, who do you work with? Who do you not? Who do you associate with? Who do you not? Like, it's so high school. It's crazy. We hit 15,850 subscribers. That is freaking gorgeous. Freaking gorgeous. Hope we get hit 4 more. That's just the hope, right, Mark Lane? Right, Mark Lane? Right, Craig over there on X? That's beautiful. Freaking beautiful. Oh, hi, Real Crypto News. Hi, Young Randy. Hello. Pablo Chuco. Hello. Welcome. Amit. Hello. Wow, you guys are beautiful. Welcome. Need daily shows. There's about 5 good ones. I'm number 1. Well, thank you, Andy. I appreciate that. Freaking sheesh. Yeah. Wow. Thank you guys for all the love and support. We're freaking pamping it up out here. Killing the game. Daily said, you're awesome. Love your content. Thank you. Did you know? Good morning to you. Thank you guys for the freaking love. Unioverse GM to you in the chat. Welcome, everyone. We are popping over there on X too. We have like over 700 people watching over there. It's been popping on X. So thank you guys for supporting on every platform that we're streaming to right now, because we're streaming to like, I don't know, 6 or 7. But I love it so much. I appreciate every single one of you. And this is such a great week to be in crypto because, again, the FUD is being thrown at us and we see right through the... And we're going to continue to see through all of that because we do our own research. We don't trust, we verify. And it will always be this way with our community. And this is why I love being a part of the Zesty fam, because we are a part of a family. Nobody else, except for the people in crypto, understand the severity of this revolution and how much it matters. We're on the cusp of every dystopian movie becoming reality, as if a lot of them haven't already. Predictive programming, what? Guys, there's so much going on. Do your own research. Keep calm, huddle on. If you haven't yet, take your crypto off of the exchanges. Use open source wallets like Cake Wallet, one of our sponsors, that I genuinely love the product. Genuinely in love with Cake Wallet and the team. So shout out to everyone. Shout out to Market Cipher as well, Crypto Savings Expert, all the people that partner with this channel and support our mission. And I support them too. Market Cipher killing the game, Crypto Savings Expert educating everybody, Cake Wallet giving you an open source opportunity to have your crypto in a safe spot. Also, I want to throw that out there too, that I love education and such, which is why I updated my website yesterday. I always try to update when I can. Under the helpful links, I did upload a new version of my presentation here, and I added some more educational updated videos. Some of them I do have to refilm because they are a few years old and time flies. I feel like I just really made a lot of these. But if you have someone that's new to crypto, I'm going to go back to my former high school next week. I think this is like, Emma, the third year that we've gone back. And I'm so excited to go back to high school, teach investing classes. So this is the presentation that I'm actually going to be giving them. So what is Bitcoin? Blockchain. I rewrote a few of these things. How are Bitcoin created? Finite supply, peer-to-peer, how it's borderless, being your own bank. What does that mean? Types of cryptocurrencies. We have Litecoin, ETHEREUM. I put Dogecoin in there because this was a very popular discussion the last time. So I feel like I could include something fun. NFTs, how to buy, what does it mean, how 100 cents to $1, 100 million Satoshis is a Bitcoin, exchanges, where to buy, how to store, all of these important things, crypto survival tips, what the recovery phrases, hot versus cold. So all of those things are there. It's literally only 26 slides, and technically 24 have real information on it, or 20 of them because of the intermediary slides. But guys, this is so important to do this basic education, and that's why I love going to schools. So make sure you guys check out missteencrypto.com or randihipper.com, because you type in randihipper.com, takes you to the same website. So yeah, please make sure you guys check that out. If you guys have anyone that's new to crypto, send them that presentation. I even have a video in it. Oh, I should have showed that part. I have a video in it. Hot wallets, top hot wallets, cold storage, I even have a video right here on how to set up your wallet, get everything started. So I told in 7 steps: sign up on the exchange, do your KYC, download or purchase a hot wallet or cold wallet, write your recovery phrase, go to exchange, purchase your crypto, go to your wallet, all that stuff. So basically within this video, it's literally 40 seconds. I show how you could buy Bitcoin on Cash App and then transfer it, essentially. So yeah, I love this so much. I think it's super important. So I just took like samples, and then I took like a sample wallet I used for testing in the past, and just did like the whole process of how to buy and send your Bitcoin to a wallet. So if you have someone that really doesn't know all these things, thinks it's so difficult and so crazy, show them that slide. Show them that literally 50 seconds of how easy it is. It's literally that easy. So make sure you guys share that out with people. Oh, shoot. Shout out to Taco Berry. Oh, little cuzzy Taco. Where have you been? Where have you been? We miss you, man. We miss you. I hope you've been getting all the chicky nuggies in the world from Uncle Jimmy. Real Crypto News said, salute you for pushing Bitcoin when it was 29K through all the FUD. Queen all day. Thank you. I appreciate that. I was talking about it when it was $7,000 in high school, and I got laughed at. I was the laughing stock of not only my school, but my family. Yeah. Friends, everyone thought I was completely nuts. But that's the way it is. And I appreciate Alexandra G said, this is invaluable. Thank you so much for that. So I try to put it in a nice, concise, clean way that it's not technical. It's not too deep. It's very surface level, and very like mundane, chill. So make sure you guys share that out with friends. Make sure you share out all the assets that you can. that I do provide the educational content that people need to get into crypto. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate every single one of you guys. I hope you guys have an amazing day, a happy Thursday. Tomorrow, of course, we'll be back 9:45 a.m. as we always are, Monday through Friday. So I'm very excited to get after it. I hope you guys have an amazing day, a happy Thursday. I will see you guys tomorrow. Again, keep calm, huddle on, like, subscribe, share. You are leading a revolution. Always remember that. We are ahead, and we are going to bring in everybody that is behind us because we're about prosperity of every individual that is out there. Have an amazing day. I'll see you tomorrow. And as always, stay zesty. Peace.
Hucksters.
Dude, ETH is not a
fraudsters,
security. Can you back off?
Scam artists. Ponzi schemes.